What is up, disc golfers? Today on IceBerg TV, we're going to do the Electron Firm James Conrad Nomad review. We're out here at Palm Springs Park in Naples, and we're going to just do a little one disc round. I'll just drive with it and putt with it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts as to how I like the disc along the way. I've thrown it a few times. The flight numbers are 2401, and I'm really excited to test this disc out. Let's get the round going. Alright, that turned a little more than I thought it would. We'll have to correct on the next tee shots. I can't tell if this is like a micro bead or just the overmold, but it seems like it's got a small micro bead on it. It's definitely something to get used to versus my huge bead on my KC Pro AVRs. It's definitely got some good glide on it, but I need to remember to put enough height on it. It's a new throwing putter, so getting used to throwing a new putter, it's always good to put height on it because putters are a lot slower, so they need height if you want to give them the distance. It seems quite glidey. Seems like I'm barely touching it and it's really moving. Alright, hole 3 is a tricky one. The basket's like just through this gap here. It'll be a miracle if I hit the gap. Slight hyzer through the gap. Ace. Got the tree kick of a lifetime. Might have a jump putt for birdie. For putting, it really seems to come out of the hand nice. I really just touch it. I don't really have to put much power on it, and it really seems to have good glide. It feels really nice inside the circle for sure. Oh, devastating tree kick. This is a really hard shot. Usually I would forehand up the right side, but this isn't a disc I would forehand ever, so see if we can't get up and down for par. Thanks, man. You too. A little short. We left ourselves with a tester for sure. The glide, man. It's so glidey. It's so easy to go too high or too far. Hole 5. Through the gap. All this is just death water. If your disc goes in there, it's gone forever. Could kick right into a tree, gone forever. So we got to go up the gap. The basket's just up there on the left. Gonna try and hit this gap up here on hyzer. Hopefully fade it back over the fence and bounce. Oh, I grip locked it. Oh no, that's disastrous. I can still hear it moving on stuff. That's worst case scenario. I'm gonna have to hop the fence. I don't know if you guys have the same problem, but it's so hard to not grip lock putters. I really like to use overstable putters, and this is like straight and glidey. Terrible at throwing putters like this. But my first impression is it feels really nice. Definitely excited to finish around and get some more throws in with it. Alright, so we're on the short tee now. I think I went out of bounds near the short tee, so I'm gonna try the forehand through the gap, see if we can't not roll it. It's a disaster again. It looks beautiful, but you don't know what you're gonna find if you go in there, so just don't. If you go in there, there's a drop zone here, and I'm gonna take like a 10. but the basket's over here. You guys are getting the raw one disc review today. You're gonna hop the fence again, get some exercise in. Fence obviously plays us out of bounds. Oh! Hit the cage, good try. Good try, Dylan. This hole is a little bit better for the Nomad. Dead straight right here. It's gonna be another ace run hole, hopefully. Seems to be I have to put it on slight hyzer and it'll go pretty straight. So we're gonna try and hyzer flip it straight into the basket. Oh, that looks good. Ah, connects with the tree, extremely straight flight. All right, we're pretty pinched behind this tree right here. Disc is down on the ground here. We're gonna have a nice little straddle putt of some kind. That was almost an impossible putt. But now we have a tester coming back. So much glide. That's 2 bogeys, that's bad news. Bad news for the IceBerg. Big shot over the water. Like I said before, you don't want to go in. I'm gonna try and just put it up real high with some turn. The basket's about 400 feet away, so it's not really possible for me to get there with the Nomad. So we're gonna try and get over to land safely. It's probably what I like this disc most for. Put it up real high, up here, and let it just carry to the right. Nice and straight, slightly turning to the right. Throwing this disc makes me feel kind of like James Conrad. The glide, man. This thing's glidier than my KC Pro AVRs, especially when I'm putting. Keep putting them high. It's like just, seems to be just floating forever. Float for days. We've got another ace run hole here, probably about 240 feet. It's just dead straight, and the basket's just up here behind this tree dead in the middle of the picture. We're gonna try and hit it with the holy shot here. Big anhyzer. Probably gonna go way too far. Oh, it's terrible. All right, the last hole is like almost a 400-foot bomb. It's all the way in the corner of the park over there. I'm just gonna throw a big anhyzer and see if we can't get another 300 feet. I think the trick to the Nomad is when you put the height on it, you really get the desired flight out of it. I think that goes with a lot of putters. You trust it, give it the height, maybe even slightly nose up. You're really gonna see that glide, and it's gonna fly more truly like the flight numbers. All right guys, so that is the James Conrad Nomad 1-disc round. It's a very authentic 1-disc round. We put the bad shots in there. Happens, sometimes you don't have your best round out there, sometimes you don't throw your best shots. But I think the Nomad overall is a consistently glidey putter that's really good for people who want a glidey throwing putter. Something that will glide really far, similar to maybe like a Discraft Luna, or if you are a push putter, this is gonna help you get that little bit extra glide to help you put the disc in the basket. Now I'm more of a spin putter, so this is a little bit too much glide for me. I find my KC Pro AVRs are a little bit less glidey and a little bit more controllable for me. But if you want a glidey putter, especially if you're a push putter, or if you want something with a little more glide for your jump putts or step putts, the Nomad could be the disc for you. Now my thoughts on the plastic. The plastic is really firm, doesn't bend at all. That's probably my favorite part of this disc is the Electron Firm blend. I love the Electron Firm Envy, and the Electron Firm Nomad feels extremely good in the hand. Doesn't bend or flex when you throw it. It's very stiff and rock hard, which is something I really like in my putters in general, especially for my putting putters. You get a nice clean release out of the hand, and it's a really consistent disc as long as you put the height that it needs. If you throw it a bit too low, it's not going to go too far. And I also really enjoyed it for a couple of those up shots as well. Again, it really carries the distance that you need. So it sort of bridges the gap between a putter and a mid-range. The Nomad's a really consistent disc, flies very true to the flight numbers. This video would not be possible without the help of Chain Gang Discs. The link to their website is in the description below if you want to get yourself a James Conrad Electron Firm Nomad. You're watching IceBerg TV. Don't forget to leave a comment on the video, and take care.